Every cop, prosecutor, and judge knows that when someone keeps changing their story, it's because they're lying. First, they tell us he's a lone wolf. Then, he's a Trump supporter. Now, the Iranians are in on it. They keep changing the story. Not because they don't know, but because they're guilty. Abraham Zapruder is the reason most Americans believe the JFK assassination was an inside job. Mr. Zapruder, a mere bystander, stood on the grassy knoll in Dallas, Texas, and his amateur film of the presidential motorcade in 1963 is the only clear video we have showing JFK's assassination. Our government immediately told us it was a lone gunman. Over time, this story made no sense. And it was Zapruder's film that cast planet-sized doubts upon the fantasy that one man, Lee Harvey Oswald, shot and killed the president from his high perch atop the schoolbook depository. Most Americans don't believe this because the laws of physics just don't mesh with the government story. 60 years later, in this day and age, it's more difficult to pull off a JFK-style assassination plot while feeding the public a cover story. It's very difficult because today, everyone has a camera. Everyone is Zapruder. If a public assassination of a public figure were to take place, there will likely be dozens of angles on it, all recorded, all uploaded on X within seconds. Warren Commission shenanigans be damned. But that doesn't mean our federal government won't try. So let's go down this road, shall we? Does the Trump assassination attempt have the hallmarks of a CIA operation? Is the CIA now 0 for 3 after the failed coup against the Democratic Republic of Congo in May, the failed Bolivian coup in June, and now the failed coup against President Trump in July? May, June, July. Has it been a rough summer for the boys at Langley? Right now, we, as a nation, are going through the motions of rejecting the narrative fed to us by the FBI and our lying federal government. Now, 4 days after the attempted assassination of President Trump, the narrative is still this: an awkward kid suddenly transformed into Jason Bourne and single-handedly outfoxed the entire U.S. Secret Service, state police, and FBI on foot with a ladder under one arm and a rifle under the other. And they still can't get into his phone, apparently. And you've asked yourself by now, why does this narrative feel so restless? It's like an overdue pregnant woman who can't find a comfortable spot.
Anyway.
Something's not kosher. You know it. I know it. Quite simply, here's where I think we are. They're smart enough to know they won't get away with killing Trump, but desperate enough to try. They must take their shot. And the monkey-bread narratives they're feeding us smells of cover-up. Because the questions we have don't linearly emerge out of a gigantic wad of pure incompetence, Melissa McCarthy lookalikes aside. Why was Trump's detail stripped to accommodate Jill Biden's little dinner party one county over? Why was Trump's detail stripped to protect Kamala Harris, also in the same state? Why was Trump's details stripped to go babysit NATO? And why were 25 agents and 2 sergeants told to watch the passage of time in an empty White House with no one to protect? Even ABC News giddied up and wondered, what were the 2 counter-snipers doing inside the building instead of on the roof of the very building the shooter used? Here's Biden friend and Secret Service Director Kim Cheatle's answer.
Should that roof have been secure, period?
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there, that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. And so, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
Every gun-holstering Secret Service agent in America cringed at that interview. They know full well this has all the hallmarks of an inside job.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.